Hi, everyone. Good afternoon. Thanks for tuning in for Monday Motivation today. I see many of you on the attendee list. If you want to give me a shout out in the chat, go right ahead. Let me know where you're joining from, how you are doing today. It's October. It's a new month. We're kicking off the fourth quarter of 2021, which feels really crazy to say. A few quick housekeeping items before we begin. So we are in Zoom webinar, which means there's a little less interaction. Everyone's not on video, but the chat is still open. So feel free to pop anything in the chat. I'm trying to keep an eye on that while also talking. So if you have questions, there's things you want to share, pop those in the chat and we will circle back to the chat while we're live here today. I am recording, so if you have to hop off, the recording will be available later. I'm also streaming live on our YouTube channel, so if you can't find the link later, you can go right to our YouTube channel. It will be there. Also, one final play for the community. So after we're live today, this will process. I'm going to post a recap in the IAW member community at community.iawomen.com. You'll be able to circle back there to get any resources I talk about, to get the recording, to follow up. So welcome everybody. So great to see so many of you in the chat from all over the place. All right, I'm joining from the Boston area. It is cold, it is rainy, it is very much a fall day here today. So it's October. Let me just advance my slides. Hopefully you guys can all see this. I decided to kick this off with candy corn. I know that the world seems divided of those who like candy corn, those who do not. I personally love candy corn. So I'm very excited about October. Caters to my sweet tooth. So enjoying Halloween candy this year. I also have 3 small kids who are very excited about Halloween, hoping that this year will be a little more normal than last year. We'll see what comes. This month, we have lots of really great things going on. A few highlight events for you. So twice this month, once tomorrow and I believe on the 20th, we will be doing our new member welcome. If you're new to IAW or not new and you want tips to use the website, you want to meet new members, you have questions about how things work, pop into that new member welcome. It's very casual, very informal. Open Q&A, I guide them myself. New this month, we're attaching speed networking to the back of the new member welcome. So you don't have to be there for the new member welcome to still come for speed networking. You can hop in at any point. We've gotten a lot of really great feedback about speed networking. People are really enjoying it. So we're trying to put more of it on the calendar. You can get all of these events if you go into the community. So community.iawomen.com/events. That will get you the event calendar where you can register for everything coming up. Next, I want to talk about our local chapter connects. So local chapters are still virtual for the time being. I have seen many great things come out of the virtual meetings. So I encourage you, if you're hesitant to pop in, try it out. I know it's different than being in person, but we are still seeing great conversation, great connections. It's a really great opportunity to connect with people in your local community. Next, I have book club. So book club this month, we are reading, I don't have it here with me. So book club, we have another great book planned. You'll find that in the community. I also have a link to more information about the book club that's coming out. And then finally, we have the global chapter launch. So at the end of this month on October 28th, we are hosting a virtual event that will combine members from across the world. So we are expanding internationally with a global virtual chapter. We will have a leadership team for that chapter, and it will connect members from around the world. Following that will be additional international chapters, but we're starting with this international chapter launch on October 28th. There's other events coming, Leadership Lab, Horizon Insights, webinars. There will be more on the calendar. I just wanted to highlight a few of the ones that we're really excited about this month. Kay, to answer your question, so I see a few questions here. Global Connect is open to members and non-members. So we're using this to really showcase what we can do internationally. And so that local chapter, that global chapter launch on the 28th will be open to non-members. It will be up on the website later today to register. Book club, the most powerful woman in the room is you. Thank you. I see a few people put that in there. I've started reading it. It's fantastic. And then for those that are looking for links to register, so let me just put in here. If you go to that link and log in, you'll be able to get to all of the events. I am also, and I apologize, my chat is on my other screen, so I'm looking different ways. Member services, I can't talk and spell at the same time. Member services at iawomen.com. If you have questions, if you can't log in, if you can't figure out an event, if you have any trouble on the website, shoot them an email or give them a phone call. The phone number is also on our website. They'll be able to connect you to anything you need. So if you're struggling, just reach out to them first. Don't spend too much time struggling. They will always be able to quickly help you get logged in, get accessing things on the website. Sharon says member services is really awesome. They are a fantastic group. Even if you have questions like, hey, I'm looking for a job, where do I go for support? They can help answer that. Or if you're launching a business and you need help with social media, they're going to help pull some of the repository information and send it your way. So it's not just about accessing the website or technical questions, but they can really help you with those things that like every day you're like, who can I call for help? They're there. They will do as much as they can to support you no matter what you're going through right now. All right. I'm glad to see that you are utilizing member services and have had the same luck with them. They're fantastic. So moving along, I'm excited. If you attended the Simplify Summit in August, I guess it's not last month anymore because now we're October. So it was in August, late August. The replay is available on the website if you didn't get a chance to watch it. The summit was sponsored by a company called Trustworthy. Trustworthy is one of our new partners, and all members can save 20% off their services with the code Simplify. Trustworthy is fantastic. So if you have ever felt like you have piles of paper or you don't know when your expiration dates are on your driver's license or passport or health insurance, they help you get all that stuff and organize it. And reading through their stuff really resonated with me. I've gone through something in my life where I will admit my husband does all of the financials in our house. My husband manages all the paperwork. My husband ended up in the hospital. My husband ended up unable to speak. And at that point in time, I realized just how much we were not organized and we were not prepared for that. And I know nobody wants to plan for those unexpected, really awful things, but they happen. And Trustworthy will help you, give you a system that puts all of that stuff in one place so that you just log in and it's all there and your family can have access. And it really helps to clean up some of the clutter and the chaos that comes with just managing a house and a business in your life. So definitely check out Trustworthy. Next, I want to make a plug for the Perks program. I've been hearing a lot about holiday shopping. I know it's only October, but it sounds there's going to be big supply issues this year. So get a head start on anything you need to do for the holidays. The Perks program is a great place to start. As you can see, it was scrolling through some of the highlights. There are discounts on everything. There's travel, there's business supplies, there's groceries, there's childcare, there's even just regular shopping. So check out the Perks as you start planning for the holidays, the crazy holiday rush this year. My final sort of announcement here. So we're really excited that the company the technology software that runs the back end of our member database, member community is, they have released an app. So you can now access the online community, upcoming events, discussion boards, your profile, and the member directory through an app. I will send out a link. I will post information about this in the community later today, so you can get a link direct to where to download it from. It's called the HL Connected Community. You download it. You'll be prompted to enter I believe it says the domain. The domain is community.iawomen.com. You'll connect, it'll prompt you to log in using the same login information that you use on the website right now. And then once you're logged in, the scrolling through everything is easy. It takes it condenses it down to a nice, pretty view in your app, and it makes it very easy to interact and send connections through the app. So I recommend downloading it, checking it out, and using it to stay in touch with the community. I plan to record a short video tutorial of how to connect with our resources in the app specifically. We just found out about this app last week. It's working well. I wanted to get it out to everybody, but we will be sharing additional information about how to actually use the app and add filters and searches and do everything that's going to maximize your time using the app. But having it nice and easy on your phone is a big, big win. All right, so now I'm going to pause here for a moment. I'm glad to see everyone's happy about the app. We're all very happy about the app. If there's any questions about the benefits or the events that I talked through, feel free to pop them in the chat. I'll pause here for just a moment to see if there's anything that we have questions about. Yes, so Sharon, that's a great question. The app, what you see in the app is essentially a duplicate. It's the same data you see in the community. So if you respond to a question in the app, it's going to post in both places. It's accessible in both places. Also, as a reminder, everything is set up with moderation right now. So if you respond to something and you don't see it post right away, that's because there's a back-end moderation process. We get a notification, we have to go review it, we have to approve it. During regular business hours, that we tend to push those through pretty quickly. Sometimes if we're all sort of on events or running things, it might take a little bit longer, but just don't expect your message to reply to posts kind of immediately. There is a process there. But it's all duplicate content. So it's essentially the app is just sitting on top of the community. And if you post in one place, it'll show up in the other. All right, oh, I see you, Vicky. Vicky's in London. Vicky just moved to London and she's still connecting. Happy to see you here. All right, so now I want to move into, does anybody else feel like, hey, it's the fourth quarter, like crazy. What else can we accomplish this year, right? I think a lot of us, as we hit the fourth quarter, we think, oh, well, the year's over. How much more can we fit in? But then there's other people who are super optimistic. Like, I still have 3 months. I can still get things done. So I like this quote here. You're never too old to set another goal or to dream another dream. Sorry, I'm just reading this question. I'll circle back to that question. So I love this quote because I think even though it's 3 months left, right? And so think about the fourth quarter. And it's the chance to really finish the year how you want to finish the year. So it may feel like we don't have a lot of time, but if you plan and you execute accordingly, you can really get a lot done before the end of the year. Now, keep in mind, Q4 can be tough because there's holidays and there's school breaks and there's people taking off work and there's schedule changes. There's a lot of disruption that happens towards the end of the year, but we still have a lot of time to think about what can we achieve in 2021. So I want to take a moment to talk about a vision and thinking through when you think about the end of the year, and you can close your eyes if you want to do this. No one can see you, so do what you need to do in your own space. But think about December 31st, the end of the very last day of this year. And thinking back in your vision, what is it that you want to have accomplished? And maybe you've already done that this year, right? A lot of us have achieved some really amazing things in 2021. But are there items on your list that remain to be checked off? Are there things that you haven't been able to accomplish yet? Are you going to look back and feel proud of everything that you've done? Are you going to feel like you really gave it your all and did everything you could to meet your goals? So with that vision in mind, I want you to then, and you can take out paper, you can do this now, you can do this later, but write down the things that you need to do to make that vision happen. So what is it that is going to help you to be successful with that vision you have in your head for the end of the year? Make it specific. Make it, what are the things that you're going to write down that you're going to then go and build an action plan for to make yourself successful this year. This can be something specific to your business. It can be something about a work project, your career, something with your lifestyle. How many of us want to get in better shape? How many want to lose some weight or start eating healthier? Spend more time with our kids. How many do hobbies and want to finish something that's a hobby project? All right. So once you have those goals written down, I want you to take time to think about making them SMART. And I'm sure many of us have heard about SMART goals. I think anytime you're looking at what you're going to achieve, coming back to this SMART methodology. So specific. How specific can you be with the goals that you're writing down? So if you say, I want to get more sales, well, that's not very specific. More sales is great, but can we say, I want 5 new customers by the end of the month, or I want $1,000 in revenue by the end of the month? Getting specific with that goal helps to keep you focused on what the goal is. Measurable. What kind of data exists to keep you on track with your goal? So if we stick with that revenue example, we can look at how much we've brought in so far, how much we still need to achieve. Attainable. So this is where it's important to challenge yourself, but can you actually attain the goal that you've set out? Is it actually achievable? Realistic, be honest with yourself. Only you know just how much you're capable of doing. So be realistic when you look at the timeline of the next 3 months. How much realistically can you get done in the next 3 months? And then time bound, give yourself a deadline. So I'm talking a lot about December 31st because it's the end of the year, but maybe you want to set a shorter time frame. Maybe you want your revenue goal achieved by the end of this month. So when you have your goals SMART, when you write them down in this way, it allows you to hone in on what it is that you're going to do. So next, we're going to take our goals and we are going to build a task list. This is what I like to call my brain dump. And anytime I'm feeling overwhelmed or like there's a lot to get done, I take a blank piece of paper, I take multiple colors of pens, and I start writing. And I start with my goals, but then I start with, okay, what are the actual tasks that I need to complete to actually achieve these goals? So you take your brain dump and you start carving out each task, and each task can have a specific deliverable with it. It can have a timeline associated with it. It can be if I have to go learn something, I'm going to identify the course I need to take, and I'm going to identify when I'm going to take the course and what my completion plan is. So being pretty specific about what that task list looks like and writing it all down and having it in a place where you can actually go back and track your progress. So if you accomplish something on that list, you cross it off. And as you cross off, you're getting closer and closer to meeting that goal. I have a couple of tips for success here. So identify realistic deadlines for your tasks. I'm big on saying, yeah, I can do that tomorrow. I'll have that done tomorrow. But realistically, I know that I have to think through the timeline of other things that I have to get done as well. I have to think through my 3 kids and making sure that I don't fill my list and end up working into the evening, because then I'm giving up time with them. Prioritizing your list is really important. You might have 25 things you need to get done, but prioritize which ones are going to make most sense for you to finish first. Use a system to keep track of your project. So Sharon just put in the chat an Excel template called To-Do List with Progress Tracker for those that are Excel lovers. So I know Excel has some really great templates. Google Docs has some great templates as well. Using a template that helps you to track so that you can actually see what you're getting done. Share your goal with somebody else. So last month, I don't know how many of you participated with our Pillar Pods, which was our launch of an accountability program. We're relaunching that. I know that there were a lot of people that dropped off. There were a lot of things that fell off over the month. So we're going back and reworking that a bit. But when you share your goal with somebody else, you're much more likely to get to achieve that goal. Just being accountable to somebody else is tremendously helpful. So share that goal, whether it's with the community, you can share it in the community on the website. You can put it in the chat right now and let us all know what you want to achieve, either this month, this week, this month, this quarter. Write that goal down. And then don't forget to time block for you. So when you're looking at your task list and building out what you're going to get done, make sure that you build in time for taking care of yourself. I'm a huge advocate for self-care and sort of the development of us in total, right? Because without our health, it's hard to give to everybody else. So make sure you take care of you as well. So I have some stuff in the chat here for those that are on Zoom. Google Keep is my jam, so I can do photos, links, voice notes, sync all of it against all devices. So Kalinda uses Google, which is great. And that's a good point, that if you use Google, you can sync across all your devices. So if you have your to-do list, you always have your to-do list. Yolanda, self-care, you cannot serve from an empty cup. I love that. NK says realistic deadlines and prioritization is critical. She's a list maker. Love crossing off completed tasks. Does anybody write tasks that weren't on the list just so they can cross the task off after they do it? I know somebody I don't do that, but my dad does that, and we like to laugh about it. And I see Ernie's been having success with to-do list on Basecamp. Vicky likes to color code her list. I think what's important is that you do what's going to work for you, right? My system of writing it all down like this piece of paper might drive you crazy. You might need technology. Now, I will admit, I take my piece of paper and I move it into technology, but the way I do my brain dump, I have to be writing and I have to have the different colors. Tracy shared a goal with us in the chat. I love this. So Tracy is planning to relaunch Noble Solutions Consulting by November 30th. So Tracy, we're going to check in with you on that. For the Excel sheet, it was in a comment. It wasn't linked here, but Sharon posted it as a comment. So there's a template. If you go into Excel and use their templates, I believe it's called to-do list. And it has a progress tracker. Sharon can share more information about the Excel sheet. All right. So if anybody else wants to share those goals, I love that Tracy shared hers. It's always exciting to see what you all are hoping, not hoping, we're going to achieve these, right? We're planning to achieve. This is going to happen for Tracy, and we're all going to celebrate her when it happens. So I mentioned before the accountability. We did launch something last month, an accountability program. Many of our pillar pods sort of fell off track. So we're going to try something new. We're going to do it through text message. Later today, the full details will be available within the IAW community. When you log in at community.iawomen.com, there will be a post in the main community called Monday Motivation, where you'll have the recap and the instructions for accountability. There will be a phone number. You're going to text that number that comes direct to me. It's my number in the CRM. So I'm helping to consolidate all of this. You're going to, in that text message, you're going to write goals, your name, and what your goals are. That will get filtered to my team, and we will help to keep you accountable this month. I also have some resources here. These will also be in the community. So IAW has a goal setting workbook. This allows you to go through a lot of what I just went through. It has a lot of the same information, but it has some templates and worksheets you can work through. There's a habit tracker. So one of the best ways to start a new habit is to actually track it and to do the same thing every day or every frequency. So with this habit tracker, you can write down what it is you want to do daily, and then you can track it off. So even if it's just drinking enough water every day, or exercising every day, or posting on social media once a week, or doing something that moves you forward, you can track it with the habit tracker. And then the third thing here is kind of a weekly planner that it helps you to plan out your day. These resources are already in the IAW community, but I will relink them to the Monday Motivation post that will be available this afternoon. And that way you just have them in one place. So you will go to community.iawomen.com. When you log in on the main community discussion, I will pin a post called Monday Motivation, and you'll be able to access this slide deck, the recording, as well as all of these resources on that post. I'm loving the chat. I love that people are sharing. Look at these goals. So we have eight episodes of a podcast being recorded. We have your first 30 days marketing program launching, completing a business plan. We have a family Facebook group launching, 3 retreats being set up, 4 new customers by the end of October, Publishing an article by the end of October. All right. I love this. Thank you all for sharing. This is really exciting. Oh, we have a podcasting course launching. Look at all this. I love it. Thank you all for sharing. This is great. So I will encourage you also to share in the community when I post later today. And also, if you're looking for more accountability, for more frequent check-ins, to participate in the accountability tracking as well. All right. So I do want to repeat just one. Now my slides aren't moving. There we go. So again, member services at iawomen.com is the best place to go if you have questions about resources that are available to you, about how to register for events, about how to get in the community. Member services can help answer all those questions. Local chapters office, if you're looking to connect with your local chapters office will get you there. Resources, events, questions, support, those are all the things you can reach out to us for. All right, so I do have a few questions here. Let me take a few questions. And if you have questions, pop them in the chat. I see on the IAW perk section, is there a full list of vendors and their savings to scroll through versus the images, boxes to select? That is a really good question. I will circle back. I need to log in and see if that exists. But I'll tag that as a follow-up with member services to get back to you. I believe it was Laura. Laura, I will tag that as a follow-up. I know that you can search by category. I know you can shuffle your view a little bit, but I don't know if there's a full, just a list available. All right, any other questions? Thank you all for sharing goals in here. This is great to see. We have some really good stuff in here. All right, well, as a reminder, so I'm gonna pop this link in here so that you all have it for later today. Community.iawomen.com. You will have to log in to access the resources and the recording from today. But once you log in, it should be right at the top of the list. I'll pin it so that it's there. I would love for you to respond to that post with your goals, with any questions, any support you need. It's a great place where people tune in. So if you need something, if you need a resource, you have a question for the members, that's a great place for it as well. So thank you all for tuning in here today. I'm going to start doing these the first Monday of every month so we can kick off the month with some inspiration, some support, some guidance around where to connect in the community. If you have specific questions or things you'd like to see us cover, let me know and we'll get that pulled in. But, oh, the name of the app, that will be in the recap, but the app is HL. Hold on, I have to go back and look at it. You know, I can look at it right here. I believe it's HL Connected Community. Let me just pull it up. I will show you what it looks like. Yes, it's HL Connected Community. And when you're searching, you will see, I'm going to try and show this. It's this little, it's got the pink and orange circle. So that's the one that you're looking for. If you have any problems accessing it, let us know. We've all accessed it on the corporate side. We've tested it, so it's all working. But if you run into any challenges, definitely let us know. So thank you all. I hope you all have a fabulous week and a fabulous month of October. Looking forward to seeing you all at some of our upcoming events, and definitely reach out if there's anything you need from IAW. Have a great day.